Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy NerdModeOn, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Call of Duty Black Ops 2. However, the commentary will be centralized around the patch notes that were released, or the patch for Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on June 27th of 2013. Obviously, all the information is referred to the multiplayer and or the zombies, nothing in reference to the campaign, because as far as I know, that's very difficult to change, but there's no reason to do that. With that in mind, guys, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to talk about as much as I can. However, there will be a link in the description where you guys can simply go and check out the entire list. So if I do miss selected items, it's in your best interest to hopefully go double check and check it out. But more or less, guys, we'll see how far we get. So obviously, I would like to let you guys know that I have done this stuff in the past. I haven't done it for Black Ops 2 mainly, but I have done patch notes in the past. So don't think I'm just copying centralized users because, well, it's free information and everybody has a right to use it. But most of you guys will look past that, and I imagine the intelligent users will continue to listen as the video commences. So anyway, let's jump right into it. So they addressed an issue reported by the community where camos and reticules would not show on your particular weapon. This is obviously a problem if you're spending money to get a camo on a weapon. You kind of want that to work every single time. You don't want to have that 50-50 chance that it might work. You want to be guaranteed that, your time and money was well spent. So they addressed an issue reported by the community where players could run around the map with the bomb in search and destroy and or demolition. I think this was brought on mainly by a glitch that was represented by the riot shield, or more or less it just gave you the right, if you used a selected key, command and all this during the download or disable of the bomb, you could, run around the map with the bomb, hit people with it, more or less just use it as a primary weapon. But there's videos on YouTube to showcase that, but they have addressed it, they've solved the issue, and hopefully that will no longer be a problem to search and destroy players. However, there was also a report by the community where players would become invincible if they, just got lucky with this command. It was a glitch, and more or less it puts you in a spectator mode almost, because you didn't really exist within the match, but players could see your character running around. So you were in the game, you were still moving around, but you couldn't, arm the bomb, you couldn't play the objective. You obviously couldn't kill the players or the opposition, and you definitely could not be killed yourself. You could, shoot a guy with a noob tube, all that fun stuff, but you were not going to get a hit marker, and it almost was presented as God mode. But it was a glitch, it was not centralized players cheating or programming hacks into the game, so you should be good in that standpoint. They resolved an exploit reported by the community where players could receive a secondary weapon in the primary slot and create a class. I was unfamiliar with this, but I guess it's good that they fixed that. I don't see how big of a deal that it was, but I imagine if you were abusing this system, I guess no longer that will be the case. They fixed an issue where friendly stealth choppers were attacking the AGR in free-for-all. That's another thing to take note of. I guess I would be pretty upset if I got an AGR or a kill streak like that, and then it was kind of countering by disabling the centralized kill streak. So if you like to play free-for-all, it looks like that's been resolved. You'll have the ability to actually jump back into the online service. So another thing to take away from this is they fixed the exploit in Turbine, which is probably one of the worst maps in my opinion, where you could get inside of a rock. For all of you guys that have played Modern Warfare 2, this was something that was also in a DLC map, but it's good that they fixed it so it doesn't look like if you were abusing the system for trolling features or anything like that. It looks like it's been resolved, so you guys can go back to hopefully capturing some flags and all that fun stuff. They fixed an issue with the emblems and the calling cards that were not updating when the second player signed on to the online service. So if you were at your friend's house or anything of this circumstance, you were playing on the main account, you could still have your emblem. But if you wanted your brother or friend or really anybody to sign in under a second name, which may or not be his or hers, or it's just under your name but it's showing as a secondary player, you were actually not presented with a playing card and all that fun stuff. So if that's something that was an issue to you, it really attacked you in some way, it looks like you'll have the ability to play with your friends and all that again. You guys will be able to hopefully not draw more dicks, but if that's something you're interested in, you guys can commence doing that on the Call of Duty Emblem Maker. They fixed an issue with the new text appearing next to the personalized weapon prompt when there was nothing new. And I think this has given you the notification that there was a new text that you got and knew the information, but it was not being presented in a manner in which you could actually use because it didn't exist. So if you were having that complication, that issue, anything like that, it looks like it's hopefully going to be fixed. I imagine you'll have to, disregard it as the first time you sign back on, but more or less, hopefully that will not be telling you false information. You guys can commence onward with playing the rest of the game and hopefully writing some kind of clan tag in which you enjoy. So to really jump into the next selected characteristics of the actual patch, there's actually a lot talking about zombies. And many of you guys know I don't play zombies. I have no interest in it. It's not something that I personally care too much about, but it's still a part of the update. And I'm going to do my best to talk about selected key characteristics, but a lot of it has been weapon changes and just small little things like that. So again, check the description if that doesn't suffice. So for the global thing, there was something that was changed, and I know a lot of people, I guess, had been asking for this because it was ruining their stats. If you're a zombies guy and that's all you play because that's like your multiplayer, it looks like your leaderboards will not be affected as drastically as they have been maybe in the past. They resolved an issue where downs received in a solo match counter counted as a death on a global leaderboard. So if that was something you were having a problem with, it looks like that's been resolved. I guess best of luck to you in that respect, because zombies is definitely not my characteristical place to be. They fixed an issue that prevented the host from launching a grief or turned custom game. So if you were having problems with that, hopefully that'll be resolved as well, but I guess you'll have to let me know if that's something you're interested in. Also, some of the things for Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead is definitely one of the DLC maps that I've never played, but I've seen a lot of gameplay of it, but there has been problems with it in different aspects. Obviously, they fixed a few things in regards to the weapons that were just having problems, but nothing too crazy. So if you guys were expecting like a long list of weapon changes, there really wasn't. It was just a few shotguns that were adjusted by different characteristics and stuff of that for medium range and more or less just damage. But that was something that was adjusted. They also addressed an issue reported by the community where players could avoid zombie attacks by sitting in a corner or near a perk machine. So if you were abusing that, it doesn't look like that'll exist anymore. They addressed an issue reported by the community where players could activate the electric chair on the bridge while being in last stand. They addressed an issue reported by the community where players could reach the top of the closed gate at the docks. They addressed an issue reported by the community where players would die when they were boarding the gondola at the dock. So if you were having problems with that, it looks like that's been resolved, so I wish you the best because hopefully everything will work out when you're playing Mob of the Dead. Of course, they fixed an issue with the M1927, I'm not sure what that weapon is, but sounds pretty good, that caused it to lower damage at medium range. So it looks like if you were having problems with that, if you were trying to shoot a zombie that was just too far in the distance or anything like that, hopefully you'll have the ability to kill him a little faster. Fixed an issue with the sniper tower trap could fire on players. I'm not sure what that is, but I imagine something to do with the tower, shooting at the zombies and stuff like that. So if you're having problems with that, looks like it's been resolved. Fixed an issue where screenshots would become corrupt when you save them, and that's definitely something I would imagine that a lot of people would probably be interested in hopefully having resolved, because if you got a really cool shot or something like that you wanted to capture a specific moment, I imagine you would probably want that to be saved. They fixed several map holes where players could enter unplayable sections of the map, and I guess that's probably a good thing they fixed that. I don't know if the zombies were chasing you or anything like that. If they were, that might be kind of cool, but I imagine the textures outside of the map are probably not as good as they are inside, because that's not where they're creating the map for. But overall, guys, that has been a lot of the information that was released. I'm not too sure on this particular notion because I've been told that arms race has also been disabled from Black Ops 2. They took it out for a variety of reasons. I know they were having complications and issues with it in the first place because it was just too easy for people to, I guess, level up and all that fun stuff. But if that hasn't been the case, I'm just going off what people have told me. I haven't actually checked, but overall it's not within the notes, but it's something that's just been flying around the community. And overall, if that is the case, I apologize, I guess, to all you guys that enjoyed it, because I know it was a fan favorite. It became something where a lot of people really enjoyed it because of the features that it presented to the community. It really gave you that ability to, I guess, be a kill whore if that's something you like. But I guess at the same expense, you were playing the objective, because the objective is to kill. So anyway, guys, that has been the episode. Let me know if you want me to do more stuff like this. I would love to do it, but if you guys think I'm copying people or you don't like the concept of it, or if it's just not too, I guess, interesting, just let me know and I will do my best to try to do a different feature for you guys. But anyway, so this has been my time. I'll see you guys on the next episode. This is NMO, and I'll be signing off. Peace.